I know you have been waiting to hear about GKS undergraduate scholarship, and with me I have two students who won a GKS undergraduate scholarship last year. Today they will take us through how did they win this kind of scholarship. We have been waiting. I know I've been having students who have been following me have asked me about undergraduate scholarship, and kindly listen up till the end of this video because they will share their experience in details. So let's start. And could you introduce yourself, your name, country, nature?
Thank you for this opportunity. Hi everyone, my name is Rashid Makwaya. I am from Tanzania. I am a GKS undergraduate 2025 and I am currently taking my major at Chungang University in Seoul.
Hi everyone, my name is Afonso Domingos. I'm from Mozambique and I'm also studying at Chungang University. I will be doing mechanical engineering last year after my language year.
Right, we continue with how did you learn about this GKS? Let's start.
Okay, I heard from GKS from students, like that's GKS students, and that time I was looking for some scholarship and they said, oh, let's just try like the scholarship that brought me here in South Korea. And I said, okay. And I did some research. Yeah.
From YouTube or?
Yeah, YouTube. YouTube helped me a lot. And
ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT. You can What about
As for me, the first time I heard about GKS was from a GKS scholar from Tanzania who came in 2023. Yeah, so he was my friend. He's my friend, and when I graduated from high school, I asked him about the opportunities to study abroad outside of Tanzania, and he introduced me to GKS. So that's when I know about GKS and started doing my own researches to know more about it.
Alright. And which track did you apply? Embassy or university track? That track?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I came with the embassy track. Yeah, and before applying for embassy track, I thought of applying through university track. So I went to the embassy and spoke with the GKS coordinator in Tanzania. We had a very long conversation about GKS because I didn't know much about it. So I went there, I asked him about the questions, I asked him about my doubts, I asked him about all the problems that I had about GKS. And I also asked him like which track would be better about university track or embassy track. And for me, I wanted to go with the university track because I thought embassy track is more competitive because they only take one person. So I asked him about that and he said both tracks are good. And I asked him like, why are there no Tanzanians who have been getting this GKS scholarship through university track? What he said, he doesn't know because they don't pass through them. So I get worried, like for the past few years, I've never seen a Tanzanian winning GKS scholarships through university track. And what he told me, he said, maybe they don't prepare the documents properly, or maybe they don't get the enough consultation about which track to go with, and also maybe they don't follow the university procedures because universities have their own criteria. So from that conversation I had with them, I thought about let me take embassy track because university track seems to be more risky. So I decided to take the embassy track. Yeah.
What about you?
yeah, in my case, it was also similar to Rashid. My friends, they told me the same thing about university because in my country, I haven't seen someone who passed through university track, and I choose it. Is it embassy track? Because it gave me like 3 opportunities, and through that I could match because I wasn't sure in which university I would like to go, and I did some research to try to match my profile with the value of the university. I wasn't sure to choose only one track. That's why I chose it three.
Okay, now let's go to selection of universities or we start with the application process. Let's start with the application process. How
Yeah.
did you prepare your documents, submitting them to the embassy?
Preparation of the
Like which
documents.
document did you at
Okay.
first?
Okay. After I knew about GKS, I checked about the first year's, the GKS guidelines, and they mentioned the basic documents that a person should prepare in order to apply to the university. So I prepared the recommendation letters from my school. I asked them to prepare for me. I prepared the academic transcript from high school. Yeah, I also prepared the graduation certificates from my school, and I prepared some extracurricular activities that I've been doing during high school, and also after graduating. And other documents were required by the application itself, like the personal statement. I had to prepare the personal statement. I had to prepare the study plan. Yeah, I think that those were the basic ones.
These are the basic.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, same case, but the recommendation letter for me was the last documents.
That was the
Yeah.
last process.
Yes.
What about postal? Do you want documents
Oh,
by then?
luckily
Yeah.
in my country we don't have that service. We only like translate because Portuguese is not English. Like we don't have English as official
Oh
language.
yeah.
There we speak Portuguese, so you have to find the translator, like, and then notarize, and then submit to the embassy to get the embassy confirmation.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to do that.
Okay. So and during that application process, you had any challenges?
Challenges are always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, challenges are always
Like,
there.
did you spend a lot of time?
Exactly. GKS application is free, but the
Yeah.
process of applying is very expensive. Yeah, because for instance, for us who went with the embassy track, you had to prepare a set of 4 documents, and for all the certificates that you had, maybe graduation certificates, academic certificates, extracurricular activities, the birth certificates, also the parents' identifications, all had to be notarized by the embassy and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Education, and all those processes required some money. So we spent a little bit.
So I usually see embassy is cheaper compared to university track.
I think it's depend on the country because in my case, the embassy only asked me to submit one set of documents, not 4. Yeah, depends on the country.
I want to let me take example. I'm applying for undergraduate GKS.
Yeah.
So I want to know you have to prepare how many 3 set of documents or 1 because you are told to apply 3 universities.
Yes.
So does it mean I need to prepare 3 set of documents, same major or different major? So could you explain
In my case, the embassy only asked for one set of documents.
that? 1 set.
Yes, only one.
1 major.
Yes. One major?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
like mechanical engineering, but only mechanical engineering.
Oh no, we have.
For this university, maybe another university, electrical.
Oh no. We have like a part in the formula and in the form that we choose like desired majors, like 3 there, and the university will do her own like evaluation based on your grades and your profile, and then we'll tell you like, oh, you're gonna have, if you want to come here, you'll study like mechanical engineering, for example. Other will say, okay, you have the option to choose which major you want to study here. because let's say in Chungang, I applied for computer science and mechanical engineering, and they said if I want to go there, I will study mechanical engineering. But in another university, they accepted me in all the majors. They said like you have to choose which one do you like. Yeah.
Experience.
For me, I had to prepare 4 sets of documents. Yeah, 4 sets, because in Ember's track we choose 3 universities, right? So I had to prepare the same. I had to duplicate one set of copy into 3 forms, and then 3 sets will be sent to the universities, and 1 will be sent to the NAD. Yeah, so I had to prepare 3 sets. And in terms of majors, in all the university that I chose the same major, electrical and electronics engineering. Yeah, I was constant.
So, and how did you choose universities? Because I've seen some GKS students choosing very competitive university and they end up not getting that scholarship. So, you advise this, the upcoming GKS or not so many. What can you say about universities?
For me, it depends a lot on the student profile, like the background. For example, in high school and after graduating, I had a lot of experience in lab, like physics labs, doing like bionic arm and stuff. So applying to like top university, it was, I wouldn't say okay, but it's okay to take that risk. If you have like low profile, low GPA, it's kind of difficult. Yeah.
For my case, choosing universities is another tricky part of the application process, because you are deciding your fate for the next maybe 5 years. And for me, I considered a few things like the amount of programs available for international students, the supportive programs from the language school to the major to the job placement. I considered the amount of support that the university provides to the international students. I also considered my major, the status of my major in the university. Yeah, so I consider like how is my major performing in that university. Yeah, but also as you said, like choosing very competitive universities. Yeah, it's risky, but if you have good profile, if you can measure your profile, you can apply. But don't just put all your eggs in one bucket.
Yeah.
That's true. So, and how do you prepare your personal statement? Like tips for those 2025. Do you have any tips on the use ChatGPT?
Actually, I don't know how to explain, because in elementary school, from elementary school to high school, I've been like competing in essays, like essay writing. So I kind of have like that background experience, and it was easier for me to like explain in the essays. So I think you have to write like your story. You don't go to like let's say ChatGPT or Google to like look for, what is that? They call it how can I say?
Personal statement.
Like all the essays in the internet, you can find some like examples, and you try to follow that. It's kind of weird because each person have their own story and like way to tell that. Yeah.
For me, I would advise a few things to those who are applying this year to prepare their documents that I did my essays. But first, you have to do research on how are essays written, especially these scholarship essays, how are they prepared? Because for me, I had no much experience in writing scholarship essays because I was just immediately from high school, and I knew the scholarship like 1 month before applying. So I read different essays from the scholarship, going to America, going to Canada. I read how do they prepare their essays, and I also did the research on how the GKS scholarship essays are prepared. Yeah, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, watched some Facebook channels about the essays, and I realized that when you're preparing your essay, as Alfonso said, you have to follow the format of flowing of information. Yeah, like you should start with you explaining yourself a little bit, and at the end you should explain how will your scholarship help you to improve yourself and your society. Yeah, you should write like a story form.
And just to emphasize on study plan is like an outline, how you carry your activities during your language, your first year to the fourth year, then your future plan. Yeah, so how will that education help your application? And you go to before applying, did you have any Korean experience like visiting Korea, having little knowledge of Korean language or something like that? Did you have something?
Yeah, in 2023, I came here in South Korea as an ambassador. I was representing my country in an event. And then after that, I studied at Hanyang University for like 1 week.
Korean
Yeah.
or
Sorry?
you study Korean or?
Oh, I studied K-pop dance and
Okay,
Korean
okay.
culture. Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I had no experience with Korea. First, I never had a person come to Korea. So when I had my friend who had been here, I was first shocked, and I said, okay, it's possible to go to Korea. I didn't know that. So that was the first time I heard of Korea, and this is my first time coming here. Yeah, I never been here before. I only saw Korea in K-drama, maybe K-pop. Yeah.
So do you think like for these education applicants, they need to know a little knowledge of Korean language or maybe something like that to boost their chances of getting this scholarship?
As I can say, the GKS scholarships becomes competitive every time because it is becoming more famous among people. So even the criteria of being selected are increasing. Yeah. So if you are planning to apply for GKS, maybe this year, maybe next year, you have to think of preparing yourself for something in Korea. Maybe the language. You should know about the language. You should know about the culture, because that will increase your chances of being selected, because it's becoming even more competitive every year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Do you need to add something?
Nah, you said everything.
Okay, so let's go to interview. Now this is where people are waiting. I know my followers, you are waiting about this. How many interviews were conducted and what kind of questions do we expect? Really understand.
Okay. In my case, I did my interview in person, but I was expecting to do it online because my city, like the embassy, is not in my city actually. It's in another province. Yeah, so I had to travel there to have the interview. Actually, there was 3 interviews, 2 Koreans and 1 Mozambican. Yeah.
And what questions do they ask? Are they related with personal statement, study plan, cultural experiences?
It's actually related on what you wrote and your profile, but in my case they mixed it a lot. Like they asked everything, because when they sent me the email they said, oh, we are expecting to finish the interview in 8 minutes, but we finished. Guess what? How long it took?
Maybe 20.
20, around 25 minutes.
Uh,
Yeah, we talked a lot that day. When I went back my home and I was talking to my friend, the past GKS. She told me like, oh, in my case they only asked me like 3-4 questions, but in my case they asked me a lot of questions.
Maybe because we had a K-pop experience.
I think so.
Did you sing in the interview?
Yeah, they asked me, do you know how to dance like K-pop? And I yeah,
And you demonstrated or
a little bit.
Yeah. They took it personal.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah.
They took it personal.
What about you?
For my case, when the interview questions mostly come from the personal statement. About maybe 80% of the questions that you'll be asked in the interview are from what you wrote in your personal statement, in your future plans after study, in your language study plan, in your goal of study. Those are the parts you'll get most of the questions. And for my case, as Alfonso said, I was the first one to be interviewed among the 3 interviewees, and I was very nervous.
Yeah.
I was very nervous because I knew, like, in here among us, only one person has been taken. So whatever you say there will determine whether you are going or you are remaining. And when I went there, they asked me about my major, they asked me about my educational background from my primary school to that time. And they asked me about what will I do about after graduating. They asked me about how will I survive in Korea. Yeah, provided that it's a different culture, it's far from home. They also asked me about how will I deal with the cultural differences.
Yeah.
Among the Koreans and the other international people. Yeah, so don't be afraid about the interview. The questions are kind of like related, even if it will be new, but it's something you'll know. Yeah.
And they didn't ask you any question in Korean or
To me, most of the questions, almost all of them were in English. I conducted my interview fully in English.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I think I've asked you about during the interview, they focus more on academic achievement or future goals, yes? And based on your experience, what are the 3 things applicants should focus on to increase the chances of
The 3 things that maybe will help the future GKS aspirants to succeed, I can say one is to speak with the GKS coordinator of their campus. That's something I think most of the people don't do. Like, you have heard of the GKS from the internet, you have searched in YouTube, you have emailed some people, maybe some universities, but you have also to meet the GKS coordinator from your country. I'm sure there are some things he will tell you, or he will tell you, that you couldn't hear from maybe YouTube or from maybe your friends. Yeah. And
that coordinator is from
I mean, that's the GKS coordinator in a country. He deals
they are
with.
located or
Okay, fine. The GKS coordinator is found in the embassy of Korea in your country. There is a person responsible for scholarships. Yeah, so when you meet that person, you will have a lot of questions to him, and he'll answer you very kindly. He'll explain to you everything that you want to know about GKS. Yeah, I'm sure that's one thing that most people don't do. Also, another thing that I think will help other aspirants is to do a research on the university. Apart from the university file provided by the GKS, you have to do your own research in knowing which university you're going to apply, because some universities are mentioned in the GKS list, maybe type A or type B, but they have limited portions for international students based on their majors. So you can find the university maybe has 10 spots for international students, maybe in this major, or maybe 5 spots. So you may apply to that university and it become even more competitive compared to what you thought. Yeah, I think that's the third thing. I mean, the second thing. And the third thing that people should do is they have to review their essays. You have to write your essays so perfect in a way that you have to imagine yourself reading it and evaluating it and think, if I was the person offering scholarship, would I offer myself a scholarship in what I have written? Yeah, that's what you have to do. Because because for me, my essays, I did a lot of editing. I remember even the day I was going to submit, I was in the motorbike and I was still recalling the introduction, the first statement I wrote in my essay. I was still recalling it. Like, I'm imagining, if I was the person reading this essay, would I continue to read it to the end or finish it here? So I kept revising, and I told the motorbike man, stop, I have to change something.
Yeah.
The same day I went to the stationery, I printed my essay. I scanned my copies. I edited my essays and I submitted. That's why I was okay. I was relieved. So you have to feel that if I was the person evaluating this essay, would I give myself a scholarship? Yeah.
For me, I think you have to do like research before applying to JKS, and you have to like base it on the guideline. You have to think how long you have to do a plan, like how long it will take to prepare the document until the application start. Don't prepare the document like after or in the date that the application starts. It's very difficult. It will be very difficult because some documents take so long to prepare, and you have to, in my case, you have to like save some money because you'll need some money. Yeah. I traveled a lot and I wasted I wouldn't say waste, but okay, I spent a lot of money during the application process. Yeah, because when I applied, I was in the last year of high school. Rashid was already graduate, right?
Yeah.
And I submitted a certificate of expected graduation. But after graduating, I had to send my diploma, my certificate, high school certificate. Yeah, and it took for me like $100 to send to South Korea. And apart from that, you have like the trips that you have to do to go to the embassy, to the interview and stuffs, and you have to prepare. It's not a lot. It depends on each person, I think. Yeah, each person. And then in order to prepare to the interview, do what Rashid said about you have to read your essays. You have to know yourself. Yeah, that's very important, and you have to to study. I prepared like past questions of like that JKS students recommended. It was about 30 questions that I studied. I'm not saying that you have to memorize. Don't memorize, but you have to be prepared. Yeah, and most of the questions that they asked me there, I was already ready for that. Yeah.
So we expect this year there will be a Mozambique student and
Yeah.
Tanzanian student from what you have shared today.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Do you think there's a common mistake most of our applicants make when they are applying to this scholarship? Would like the applicants to
In my case, I think they don't give time to themselves to read the guideline and to follow the rules, because when I was submitting my document, we become friends. Like, I met an applicant. She was submitting her document too, but she didn't pass the document evaluation. I think she didn't read well the guidelines and she failed in that time. And regarding the GPA also is very important, because in my country in schools the grades go to 0 to 20. When I asked my high school, because I did in different schools, I asked my the school that I graduated to, I converted the grades, and I asked like the head of the school to stamp, and he accepted. When I went to other school, the head of that school didn't accept that. He said, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do that." And I was very scared. Oh my God, what I can do? Then they are saying you have to like convert the grades, but the school is not accepting. But I read a lot of that guideline more than 3 or 4 times, and when I get back home, I try to like in my ways to handle the situation. Yeah.
It's like we all have different experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
So,
The common mistake.
the common mistake among the applicants, I can say, is, as I've also said, in the document preparation. Most of people don't reach even the document preparation because of the document preparation. Because some documents we are asked maybe to notarize some documents, to get a stamp some documents, but some people don't do that. And if you submit your certificates without the confirmation from the maybe Minister of Education or Minister of Foreign Affairs or the embassy, you reduce your chances of being selected maybe by 50. Yeah. And another common mistake among the applicants, I can say, is this, I think, is not common, but plagiarism. Yeah, like trying to copy and paste the essays.
From
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, maybe using, right now we have AIs like ChatGPT. Using AI to prepare your essays is very risky, because I think they know when this is written by a human or this is written by a GPT. They know that. So you have to take your time to prepare your essays, read your
Yeah.
essays. We can even write like one paragraph per maybe 2 days, because my personal statement had 5 paragraphs, I think, 2 papers, and it took me like in 2 weeks, in 1 week, I could write maybe 1 paragraph, and the second one I write a little bit, maybe up to 3 paragraphs, and then I edited. So you have to take your time to prepare your documents. Yeah.
And maybe I forgot this question. Can someone apply embassy, and also if he or she fails for the university track, do you encourage on targets? Because you already won this scholarship.
It's possible. A person can apply to both embassy track, and if he or she doesn't make the final, after the embassy maybe document evaluation, they can also apply to universities which still have not reached their deadlines, because universities usually have varying deadlines compared to the embassy. Embassy usually do their evaluation earlier, and universities take time a little bit. So if you do it the embassy track and if you don't make it, you can apply to your universities. And I have had people who got it through that way. Yeah, they fail in the embassy track and they apply to the universities and got it there. Yeah, so you can try that.
And also those who failed last year, they have to try again. You encourage that.
I also encourage
Yeah, I can also encourage
to
them.
come here. I applied for a lot of, like, I wouldn't say a lot, but some scholarship, and I failed in the beginning. Once I get here, like I applied the GKS in the first time and I got in the first time, but there's some scholarship. I will not say the names here, but okay, let's say I applied 3 times to one and I failed. But in in the process, I was like, in the beginning, I failed in the document evaluation, and I went back home, study again. And this is important, like to study and know and try to know where you did like mistakes, improve your mistakes. And then I went to, in next year I applied, I went to interview, and then I failed. And then the following year I went to until the interview and then I failed. I got another one. Yeah, I applied in the first year in the evaluation, essays and stuff, and I failed. And then the following year, I applied again. I went until the interview, but he said like, oh, I was young and stuff. But I was like inside the age gap to apply. But he said, oh no, you're young. Try next year. And I tried next year and I got it. It was like last year. I have to choose between Korea or that another one university. Yeah, you have to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. So if you miss out this time, don't give up.
Yeah.
Keep pushing, you still get that chance. And I know after this video or once I post it, people will like to ask you questions, follow you with social media handles and they reach you.
I prefer Instagram. You can reach me on
Yeah.
Instagram. I think you'll get my handle in the description of this video. Yeah, we'll leave our handles in case you want to know something about GKS, you have a question, you have some doubts. Maybe we have answered some questions here. Maybe you have another question apart from these ones. You can ask us, then we will help you on our best.
That's it. Yes. Instagram.
So, yeah, now let's talk your right to Korea.
Yeah.
What was your first impression? Was it challenging? Were you scared? How was the feeling?
Like for me, sorry, cold. In my case, I had like an experience in Korea and I suffered a lot in the first year in 2023. When I arrived in the airport, I just said like, let me do it, because I didn't bring expectation from my home, because when I did that in 2023, I was very disappointed. You can search about words called Jamboree was the event that I attended, and there was like some bad experience there. We had fun, but it was so challenging. And when I got here, I was like, okay, let me just do that.
For me, I don't know, but I was not scared. Yeah, I was just saying, okay, fine, it's okay. I'm going to study far from home. Yeah, I can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah, so I just came because I was passionate to study here. So there were no much worries. I didn't expect too much. Yeah, I was just okay, and I was ready to face whatever I found. And luckily, I think I didn't face any challenges my first time. Yeah, it was simple. Yeah, you should not afraid. For those who are afraid maybe to apply because you're going to study far from home, far from parents, far from friends, it's okay. When you come here, you'll find home, you'll find friends, and you'll make a family. Yeah, it's a very good experience here. And for those who are in their 20s like us, yeah, this is a time to change your environment. You will grow both mentally, physically, and psychologically. Yeah.
That's it. What about the cost of living? So, have you encountered that? Because I know Seoul is expensive.
Yeah.
How are you going that? Just to you
I think you have to pay a lot of attention in the beginning, because you don't really know the value of the money when you arrive here, and it's very easy to spend money,
Yeah.
because you'll see there like 30,000 won and stuff. You'll think, I'm rich, I have money, I still have money. And here you can't like, how can I say, most of the things we pay with card. It's not like easy to be every time checking your bank account, checking,
Yeah.
and you will pay waste money. Yeah, you have to pay a lot of attention. But I think with the JKS allowance, it's enough for living here. Yeah,
Even in Seoul, right?
yeah, it's enough.
didn't cover the benefit of scholarship, but it's fine. And maybe as we finish, can you just explain a little bit about the benefit of the scholarship for language and when you start your degree? Before we finish.
Thank you. The scholarship has a lot of benefits, including 1-year language program where the government will pay for you for 4 semesters to study Korean language. And then after that, you get a chance to join your undergraduate studies. Yeah, but I can say that the language here is very important to survive here in Korea because the language barrier may be very high, may be very large if you can't speak Korean. Yeah, because most of the services you'll have to speak Korean. If you want to make friends, you'll have to speak Korean. If you want to get some opportunities, like simple opportunities, you'll have to know the language. So the language here is very important in preparing you for the life in Korea. And also the GKS allowance is, as my friend said, if you balance it, it's enough for you to survive throughout your time. Yeah, you cannot go bankrupt. And don't be afraid to come to Seoul because Seoul is expensive. It's expensive yet, but you've never had someone not going to Dubai because Dubai is expensive. You've never had someone not going to New York because New York is expensive. Like you cannot say I live Nairobi and go to somewhere interior because Nairobi is expensive. Or maybe I live cities like, I can say Dar es Salaam in Tanzania and go to interior because it is expensive. No, when you come to Seoul, you're exposing yourself to many opportunities. Yeah, and you will meet a lot of international programs that will boost your experience here. Yeah, so welcome to Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
I really appreciate for you coming from all the way from Seoul to Legon. It was an honor.
Yeah.
And I hope this talk will help someone somewhere who is wishing to come to South Korea. Kindly check on them. They have, I like their ideas and how they are open-minded. Yeah, and really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
I say just one word to finish. Do you have anything to encourage someone?
Okay. Dear future GKS aspirants, the journey to 1,000,000 miles began with one click to the NID link. Welcome to South Korea.
Oh,
Wow.
and actually, I would say in Portuguese, I think you can put like subtitles there.
Yeah.
I would say, se você tiver 1% de chance de acertar, você deve tentar. Por mais que só seja 1%, você deve tentar. Nunca desista.
Oh,
Wow. You know, but good job.
yeah, that's very good.
Swahili, I think it is.
Swahili?
Swahili nation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, to my homeboys, habari gani? Yeah, msiogope kuja Korea, it's possible. And mimi kama Mtanzania nimefanikiwa kuja huku Korea, ijapokuwa nafasi ni ya mtu mmoja, lakini utajuaje, huenda mwakani yule mtu mmoja akawa wewe, na kama sio mwakani, huenda mwaka unaofuata mtu mmoja akawa wewe. So jaribu ku-apply kuja Korea, jaribu ku-apply scholarships, na hii sio kwa Korea peke yake, you have to think of other countries too. Jaribu ku-apply opportunities, scholarships zipo nyingi sana. Take your time, apply, and you have to experience this life.
Bye.
Bye.